Alright y'all, I am making chicken Alfredo bake, beef noodle, meatloaf, sweet potato with some spices, and some vegetables on the side. I haven't made these recipes before, so we're going to see how they turn out. First things first, we are going to get some chicken. I just got back from Walmart and I picked up this Purdue chicken. I have the oven preheated to 350F and this will go in there for 30 minutes or so. Just plain, just raw. And then I usually rinse my chicken. I don't take my chicken out of the package and then put it on the pan. I rinse the chicken juice off and then I put it on the pan. I do not have the pan sprayed with olive oil. And the chicken I got was chicken tenderloins. I always get chicken tenderloins. I'm not a fan of chicken thighs. Plain raw chicken like so. No salt, no pepper, no butter, no nothing fun. That will come later. I'm not really sure how long raw chicken is supposed to cook, so I'm just going to do 25 minutes. I will check the chicken periodically as needed. Next, I'm preparing cauliflower and broccoli. So I got the chopped broccoli, Kroger brand, and then I got the green giant rice cauliflower. I'm gonna put this in the microwave. Microwave on high, 5 to 6 minutes until thoroughly cooked. Let's stand in the microwave. So I'm standing up in the center of the square. That will be in there for 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Once that's done, I'm going to put the broccoli in. And this recipe, I don't know if I mentioned it, this is for the chicken Alfredo bake. It's supposed to be low carb, and I think it's supposed to be on the keto side. First time making it again. Next, I will be making the Alfredo sauce. I have my heavy whipping cream. We're going to do 1 cup of this. I use that. To make the Alfredo sauce, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of garlic. Two cloves of garlic, one cup of heavy whipping cream. And then we're going to do a 1/2 cup of butter. I probably will not be making this recipe again because it requires a 1/2 cup of butter, and this is kind of a lot of butter, lots of fat. And I just have a pet peeve with fat, so I can already tell you right now I'm not making this recipe again. Spoons. I love these better than plastic, I think. We're gonna cook the Alfredo sauce over medium heat until the butter is melted. Our cauliflower is almost done. Cooked. Next, the broccoli. Place frozen vegetables in a 2-quart microwave safe casserole dish. 2 tablespoons of water on high for 3 minutes. Stir the vegetables and cook on high. Allow the casserole to stand. Interesting. The vegetables in a small amount. Break off or cover the pan and reduce heat. Alright, this doesn't go in the microwave sadly, so I'm gonna cook it on the stove. Very unfortunate. Butter and garlic and heavy cream. Bringing this water to a boil, so that's what the directions call for. Once that gets to a boil, I will add the broccoli. Next, I will get out my casserole bowl. This is 2.2 quarts, like so. I'm going to put the riced cauliflower into the casserole dish. And in this casserole dish, I need to add the chicken and broccoli. While we are waiting for everything to heat up, I'm now going to prepare an onion. White onion, yellow onion. This is a yellow onion. We're gonna give the Alfredo sauce a stir. Our water for the broccoli is slowly coming to a boil. The worst part about cooking is this boy right here. It's dangerous. We all know it. then I actually will be, instead of manually cutting up my onion, I'm actually gonna put it in this chopper. The greatest investment and time saver kitchen supply ever created. Thank you, engineers, for designing this. I'm currently peeling the onion. It is only a matter of time before my eyes start to water and before I start crying in pain. But hey. My water for the broccoli is now boiling, so I will attend to that, and the onion will have to wait. Okay, we got the broccoli in there. Let's get this started. We're going to reduce the heat on the broccoli. We are going to cover the broccoli with aluminum foil. I do not have a lid for my pan, so this will have to do to create steam in there. My Alfredo sauce is now complete, and I will set that aside. Nothing crazy. Butter, sauce, deliciousness. So now we're gonna add Parmesan cheese. 2 cups of Parmesan cheese. Alright. I lost my Parmesan cheese. Nice. Nice. I found my Parmesan cheese, so I'm gonna add a good amount of this. I've never used this before. I always look for ingredients that contain. I look for products that have less ingredients in them. So this only had grated Parmesan cheese, part skim milk, cheese culture, salt, and enzymes. And these other one had all these crazy scientific terms, and I said, I don't want that in my food. Ugh. I'm so weak. Gosh, what the heck? I need help bad, and no one's here but me to open this. Okay, we're gonna go back to cutting the onion. I need a break, my hands hurt. Back to this. We're gonna add these sliced boys into the chopper. I do not overcrowd the chopper with onions because that is not what the directions call for, and I do not want to break my chopper. stir the broccoli again. Woo! I got it. We're adding this to the Alfredo sauce. We're gonna add nearly the entire jar, or however I please. Okay, Alfredo sauce with Parmesan cheese, as well as a mess on the floor. We're gonna melt the Parmesan cheese into the sauce. This goes on one particular way. I do it wrong every time. If I don't do it right, the chopper doesn't work. Very inconvenient. Chopped, and now they will go in a bowl. This little tool came with the choppers to scrape around the edges of the chopper bowl rather than using a spoon. I'm just going to repeat that process with the rest of my onions. I don't have much left. My eyes are actually holding out pretty good, but I shouldn't speak too soon, right? These onions will be used for a different recipe. It will be used for the beef and noodle recipe, which I will make after I'm done making the chicken Alfredo baked recipe. My eyes are burning. And we got onions chopped. Beautiful. I'm gonna set this aside for now. We're gonna stir. I'm stirring the Alfredo sauce again. We're gonna give the broccoli another stir. Broccoli is done, like so. I'm now adding the broccoli to the cauliflower currently sitting in my casserole dish. The reason why I'm not pouring in the broccoli is because there's too much water and I'm not about to drench my casserole in broccoli water. My wrist is hurting though. I need to put this down. Okay, our chicken is done. Ooh, it's juicy. White chicken breast, nothing exciting. This is a lot of broccoli. Okay. So all the broccoli is now gone. All my broccoli has been stationed here. Now we are going to cut up the raw chicken, or excuse me, cooked chicken. We're going to add it to here. Raw chicken on cutting board. Check. And now we are going to cut up this chicken. My fingers are burning because the chicken just came out of the oven. And then we go like this. Gonna repeat that process. Oh, my finger's on fire. Chicken has been added. And now we're gonna stir this up. I actually got ahead of myself. We are gonna add a half a teaspoon of onion powder and then half a teaspoon of salt, and then we're adding 2 garlic cloves to this. after adding the salt, onion powder, and the garlic, we're going to now mix. Now that I have this all mixed, I will now be adding in my Alfredo sauce. This is the consistency that your Alfredo sauce should have. After adding the Parmesan cheese in, it's a little bit thicker. And we're just gonna pour this over the casserole. And for those of you not familiar with the keto diet, I'm sure you do know, given the social media trends, keto diet is high in fat and obviously low in carbohydrates. And that is exactly what I see here. Lots of fats, but lots of vegetables and protein. So now I'm mixing the Alfredo sauce with cauliflower rice and my broccoli and my raw chicken. Cooked chicken. I keep saying raw chicken. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm getting myself sick on some microbacteria, E. coli, or listeria or something like that. This looks good AF. Hit me up. And should look like this, like so. It's very heavy. Last thing we're gonna add is mozzarella cheese. The good old Walmart brand mozzarella, low moisture, part skim shredded mozzarella cheese. I will use around a half a cup or less. There's already a lot of cheese in here, so I'm not going to put a lot on of mozzarella cheese because this is going to be a cheesy boy in itself. Okay, good. One step closer to the final results. This is what it looks like with the mozzarella cheese sprinkled on. And now I will put this in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. The next item I will be making is called beef and noodles, which doesn't say much to be honest with you, but it's stewing beef. I just bought this for the first time ever in my life. I had such a hard time finding this. I had to consult with my family members because the recipe said 1.5 pounds of roasted stewing beef, and I've never seen that in the world. I've never seen that before, so I got stewed beef family pack, $16. Was not expecting that, but I also didn't know what I was getting into. This is 2.25 pounds, so it's a little more than what the recipe calls for, but I like meats, so we are gonna do the 2.25 pounds of stew meat family pack. To start, I will be adding 1 tablespoon of butter into a pan and then a half a cup of yellow onion. While the onions and butter are sauteing over medium heat, I'm now going to add water to this pasta pot where I will be making my egg noodles. I usually get lentil noodles, cauliflower noodles, zucchini noodles, or sweet potato noodles. They didn't have that at my store, which is unfortunate. But it's fine, we will adapt. And then we will heat until the water comes to a boil. I will now be adding in the stew meat into my onion and butter pan. It's getting dark in here, sunset's going down. I love natural lighting, but I'm losing it, so we gotta power on the lights. Woo, this is a lot of cows. Oh boy. Yummy. darn good because I just spent $16 on this meat. $16 is not a lot, but that's the most amount I've ever spent on meat before. While that is cooking, we are gonna work on meatloaf. So, I bought this last month and it was so delicious. I bought it again, I'm gonna make it again, and I'm gonna enjoy it. So, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 ingredients in this. And it's super yummy. So, we are gonna start with our beef. 85% lean turkey. I do turkey instead of beef. So I will add in the 3 eggs that are required for this meatloaf recipe. We are going to mix the eggs like so. I will add in a 1/2 cup of 2% milk. I will now add in the turkey to the pan. I am making a mess. Owie! I burnt myself with juice. I'm not really sure there's juice in here. Am I supposed to dump that out? If I dump it out, I'm gonna lose some of my onions. And my expensive AF beef. I think this pan is too small. I need a bigger pan. I don't have one. And this does not smell good at all, to be honest with you. Stewing beef. Alright, our egg noodle water is boiling. Pasta has been added to the boiling water. Looks like I actually didn't add in enough water, but that's fine. Cook uncovered, stir occasionally for 5 minutes. Drain well, serve as desired. Press above and reduce cooking time. So we are gonna cook this boy for 6 minutes. We're gonna add in some salt to the pasta. We're just gonna eyeball that. We're gonna stir this. We're gonna stir the beef stew. Switching gears back to meatloaf. We're now going to add in 1 cup of breadcrumbs. got our meat, we got our eggs, we got our turkey, we got breadcrumbs, we got the milk. Now we're gonna add in the spice packet. And now we stir. Ow! I got burnt by the steam. Fine. Pasta will be done in 1 minute. After this is done, I'm going to drain this. Beef stew is still cooking. Ow! I'm burning the crap out of myself. Oh, nice. Drain pasta. Hot and steamy. Going to add the pasta back to the pasta pan. Like that. Half of the final product. I'm still seeing blood come off the beef. I don't know if that's done. You know, it's like burgers. Some people like them well done, medium rare. Not sure what this categorizes at. It's still pink in the middle. I'm gonna cook it longer until it's no longer pink. Cut some of the beef. Some of those pieces are big and chunky. Casserole's done. Oh, delicioso. Okay. This is it before I burn myself. Looks pretty yummy. Next, the meatloaf looks like vomit and looks nasty, but it's ready to go. We're gonna put it in the oven for 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It's gonna be in there for 40 minutes. We're gonna have to do lots of cleaning when we're done. The one downfall is cooking. Oh, it's getting done, y'all. A big piece of fat right here that I'm going to cut off. Again, I'm getting all my steps in during this cooking process. Oh my god. On to the next step for this beef and noodle recipe. So we're going to add 2 cups of beef broth. Beef broth, can't say it, that's okay. And there's silence after adding the liquid. It's kind of relaxing. It was very chaotic, I'm not gonna lie. Then we're gonna add in our seasoning. Seasoning will be basil, black pepper, thyme, and salt. It says to put in 2 bay leaves. I don't know how much that is in tablespoons or teaspoons. We're just gonna do a little sprinkle. We're gonna do half a teaspoon of thyme, half a teaspoon of dry thyme. Making a mess as I always. We're gonna do half a teaspoon of salt. I use pink salt actually. I don't use the regular salt like everybody else. And then we're gonna do a half a teaspoon of pepper. Actually, 1 teaspoon. Lots of pepper. And then we're gonna stir that up and bring it to a boil. try our chicken Alfredo baked. I hope it's good. I hope it's cooked. What am I doing? Hot. Very cheesy. Very cheesy and very yummy. Ooh. That's good. Bringing beef to a boil. I got it on medium heat. I just changed it to high. And now we will make sweet potatoes. I will be making honey glazed sweet potatoes. So I just have 2 sweet potatoes and I'm gonna peel them. Peel them with I can't read, I'm dyslexic. You can get it at Walmart. I'm not gonna wash this potato because I'm not gonna eat the skin, but I will wash the potato once I'm done peeling the skin. Okay, I got this to a boil, and now I'm going to reduce the heat to medium. I'm gonna cover it for 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, we got my potato peeled. I used to very much dislike sweet potatoes, but if you use the right seasonings, you can make a sweet potato, taste pretty darn good. I never use butter on my sweet potatoes. I use seasonings like paprika, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, things like that, and it's yummy. I highly recommend. Now that I got both sweet potatoes peeled, I'm going to rinse them off and I'm going to cut them into cubes. Once I have the sweet potatoes all diced up, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of olive oil on this and then 2 tablespoons of some special spices. I love this little liquid tablespoon cup. It works out beautifully every time. And actually, I don't use olive oil, I use avocado olive oil, and it's 10 calories less than regular olive oil. Not that that matters, or not that means anything to anybody, but it means something to me. And this is the secret. I got it at like a cute shop, like in a downtown place, and so we're gonna try this out for the very first time. 2 tablespoons of honey glazed rub and seasoning. Special seasoning and the avocado olive oil all mixed up in here. I still have my meatloaf in the oven, but once the meatloaf is done, I'm going to put these in for 400 degrees Fahrenheit and for 10 minutes. It has now been 20 minutes of the beef stew cooking on the stove now. So I'm going to uncover it, I'm going to give it a stir, and then I'm going to add another 1 cup of beef broth. Here's what we got going on right now. And I'm not going to add in cornstarch because I'm anti-corn. So the sauce is going to be pretty liquidy, and I don't know if this beef noodle is going to taste that good since the sauce isn't thick. Here we go though. That is the conclusion of this cooking session. No, I lied. We're still going. We still gotta cook the meatloaf. That will be done in 6 minutes, and then it's gotta go back in the oven for another 10 minutes. And then actually still gotta cook the sweet potatoes. So we are still on our feet for another hour or so. Plus cleanup time. We are now gonna try the beef and noodle recipe. I got my noodles, which are gonna be really cold, as anticipated. And then we got our sauce and our beef. Ooh, this is rough, you guys. Not good. Let's see what this is about though. It does not look appetizing at all. It reminds me of beef stroganoff. But that is not what this is. Unless it is. Was I making beef stroganoff? Alright, y'all. It's not awful. Spices were a good combo. Meat is cooked thoroughly. But it's still kind of a little plain. I will not be making this recipe again. Very unfortunate. I'm glad I tried it though. Not bad. Do I combine the liquid with the noodles? I don't know. Noodles looking soggy. But then it's going to be like the texture of chicken noodle soup. Noodles and chicken noodle soups are soggy and wet. I don't think I want that to taste like this. So I will, half of these noodles will go in here dry with no sauce and no steak. They're just going to be plain noodles. Oh my goodness. The cluster was about to unveil. Okay. So we got some dry noodles, and then we're going to put in some soggy. We're just going to do it though. Combine sauce and noodles. Done, and there's no going back. He's so chaotic over here. It's amazing. Okay, meatloaf is done. And now, also, you guys, what is this? And how do I get rid of this? This white juice from the frickin' turkey. You see that right here? Nasty. Why is that there? That does not look good. That does not look appetizing. So we are gonna spoon that boy out. And now we're gonna add in half a cup of ketchup. Ketchup like so. That's gonna go in here as a reminder for 10 minutes, and that will be it. Alright, we're almost there. The meatloaf is almost done, and I'm going to clean up. My feet are tired. But the one nice part about cooking like this is I cook like this once a week. I'm not cooking every day. I don't have time for that, but I also don't want to be eating fast food and eating poor quality food and eating food that doesn't fill me up. So this food that I made here is going to actually fill me up. And like I said, the best part about it, I cook once and I don't gotta cook until next Thursday, and it's quite amazing for my schedule, and it's a time saver. Sweeping up the cheese that I spilt all over the floor. Now the meatloaf is done. Like this, and I'm just gonna let it cool. Has that nasty white fat? Why is that there? So when the oven heats up to 400, we are gonna put in the sweet potatoes for 40 minutes, stirring every 15 minutes. Interesting. While we're waiting for that, I'm gonna continue to sweep the floor and listen to some music because I can. The 45-minute timer begins now. Taste test of meatloaf. See what it looks like. Delicious. That was really good. That was really good. That was really good meatloaf. A for effort, for sure. Alright, my sweet potatoes just got done, and I'm going to take them out of the oven. Final end product, like so. They don't smell delicious. I hope they taste good. And then, well, these were cooking for 40 minutes, and I was flipping them every 15 minutes. I got some sweet potatoes on my stove after I just got done cleaning it. Should have waited to the end, and I didn't, and that's okay. Okay. Looks like the seasoning disappeared actually. It's so faint. I will say though, the seasoning I used, the pack of the spices were orange looking. So I think it seeped into the sweet potatoes as it should. So you can give it more flavor. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Taste test. First time. That's hot. Not bad. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Hot and tasty. 9 out of 10. Alright y'all, this concludes the cooking session. I've been grocery shopping and cooking all day, and I have to be at work tomorrow at 8 a.m. So I'm going to do a 10-minute workout, literally. Take a shower and then go to bed. So thanks. I hope you guys try out the recipe yourselves. I know it's kind of vague when I went through the recipes. I might include a link below of where you can find these recipes, or where you can make them, or where you can buy them, so on and so forth. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.